Greetings, everyone, and welcome again to Sparkles and Blessings. I'm Ducky, and this is my recording studio on the outskirts of Quartzsite, Arizona, where we have been staying since October. It's a very warm day today, and I'm experimenting with the iPhone to see how badly it picks up our generator, which is going right now, because when we checked it was 86 degrees inside the camper, and that's getting a little warm, so we wanted to start up the air conditioner, of course, to keep cool, but the important thing is to keep the dog cool, because we can always do something, but he's a little more tricky. So Ace is in the camper, he's keeping nice and cool. I'm out here hoping that I get to make some kind of a video in spite of the sound of the generator. So if you see this, that means the generator was not too bad. And if you don't see it, it means it doesn't matter anyway. So today I was going to do a story about my grandmother that I had been thinking about for a while. This morning, while having my breakfast, we were listening to the oldies here in Quartzsite, and two songs played. P.S. I Love You by the Beatles, about sending a letter to your loved one, and Return to Sender by Elvis, about sending a letter to his loved one as well. And this reminded me and kind of told me that today is the day I should tell the story of my grandmother and her letters. And it's a very nice story, and it warms my heart every time I'm able to share it. So blessings, that's what it's all about. So I can vividly remember when I was very young and growing up, whenever I was near my grandparents, my grandmother in particular, that whenever she had time to herself, she would place herself at a table or a desk, and she would surround herself with letterhead or stationery, postcards, stickers and stamps, pens, paper clips, rubber bands, just all kinds of ephemera that were conducive to writing a good letter. And my grandmother always began her letters with greetings, and it's not a normal thing, and I can't imagine why, because it's such a lovely way to say hello. So I remember my grandmother busying herself by writing and writing and writing, page after page. And after a while, she would seal up an envelope, write an address, put on a stamp, move on again, writing and writing and writing. And when you're a little kid, you don't understand how how an adult can just do the same thing over and over again, over and over again. And so I finally approached her. I don't know, how old would I have been? I would have been about 9 years old. And I say that because my grandmother was visiting us from Europe for the summer to watch me and my baby sister, who had just been born. So, yeah, a 66, I'll say 66, because she was just a baby. And so she was visiting us for a while, and babysitting us, and every day I would see her writing these letters over and over again. And finally, after watching this for years, I said, Oma, why are you writing so many letters? And she said, well, I have to send letters to my friends, who are in the hospital, and I have to send letters to my friends who have just lost a loved one. And I have to send letters to people who are very sick and can't get out of bed. And I have to write letters for people who are living alone. And I said, well, Oma, why? Why do you have to write? Why do you have to write all these letters? Why do these people need those letters? And she looked at me and she said, because if I don't write them, nobody will. Nobody will. Nobody will get a letter, you know, out of nowhere on a very lonely day, and feel joy in their heart because somebody thought of them. So I carried this lesson with me, and I'm very happy to share it with you now. And I hope the rest of your day will be full of sparkles and blessings. Ducky out.